What is up, fight fans? This is DJC Combat here, and this Saturday goes down the fight night main event between Rose Namajunas and Amanda Ribas. Really excited about this matchup. Really excited to see Rose Namajunas back, seeing her competing, just to see what she's got, just to see where she's at, because she's coming off a loss. First fight in the flyweight division 2, 0-1. I watched that fight today against Furo. She actually didn't do half bad in that fight. She did okay against Manon Furo, but the problem was she broke her pinky off the first overhand she threw, which hindered her performance. But had it maybe been a 5-round fight, and also had she not broke her hand, it could have been a different outcome, but it is what it is. But Rose is on a 2-fight L streak, and she needs this win. Coming off 2 straight losses to Carla Esparza and Manon the Beast Fiorot. Now she faces Amanda Ribas, who is 3-3 in her last 6 fights. And I think 7-3 in the UFC as well, 12-4. Both these women have almost a very similar, identical record. But Rose has 12 wins, 6 losses. Ribas has 12-4. That was the record Rose had at the end of her championship reign. I know on the screen it says 11-6 for Rose, but these websites keep contradicting her record. Like, officially, when Buffer's announcing her record, it's 12-4, but whatever. Or sorry, 12-6, but whatever. But about the matchup, I mean, look, Rose has all the stylistic advantages apart from maybe the jiu-jitsu, the grappling. I think on the ground, it's even. They're both high-level grapplers. Ribas is very dangerous on the ground, very high level, but so is Rose Namajunas. Amanda Ribas does have good offensive grappling. She can definitely take fights to the ground if she wants. But Rose Namajunas, historically speaking, is actually known for pretty solid takedown defense. And if you do take her down, she's good at getting right back up. So if Amanda Ribas does try to grapple, it's going to be tough against Rose. And the striking, you got to give it to Rose Namajunas. Way better boxer, better kicks, and then she's got the footwork. I think she's faster, better defense. Rose, skill for skill, is a better fighter. Rose in her prime easily wins this fight, but will she be in her prime this weekend? Will she be in form? I mean, her last fight, she didn't look as bad as I remembered, and she did better than I thought she would against Furo. And I do think that, Amanda Ribas definitely is not as good as Manon Furo. Definitely not as good as Manon when it comes to striking. Like, Manon Furo is big, and she's a good striker. Like, she's a high-level striker in the women's flyweight division, and that's why Rose lost, because it was a striking match against someone with height, range, and because Rose broke her hand. But Manon was the better fighter, but Ribas doesn't have the striking, the height, the length, the size of Furo. So on the feet, I think she's outmatched. In the grappling, it's her best option, but I don't know if that option will work if she leans to it, But Ribas is a dog. She's extremely tough. She pushes a high pace in her fights. She is dangerous. She may not be the greatest striker, but Ribas does hit pretty hard. She does drop people. Her last fight, she knocked out Luana Pinheiro with a spinning back kick, I think. Now, I don't think she's going to catch Rose with something like that, because Rose is like a high-level striker, but Ribas is still dangerous. She's got good pressure, and I think her gas tank could be a factor, because even though Rose Namajunas has shown good cardio as of late, I mean, I can't really put much stock in the Carla fight, because they both did nothing. It was a low-paced fight where both girls did F all in that fight. So, of course, she didn't gas, but she went at a hard pace with Wei Li. Didn't slow down. But she did slow down in both Jessica Andrade fights, and it's a different weight class. Rose is carrying more weight. Now, this extra weight could maybe help her have better cardio, cutting less weight, or the extra added weight could affect her cardio. We're just going to have to see, but something tells me in this matchup, Ribas is going to have a cardio edge in this fight. I mean, I'm not doubting Rose can go 5 rounds with Ribas and beat her over 5, but for some reason, I have a weird feeling that the longer this fight goes, Ribas is going to be the better, fresher fighter, and that she might get Rose in the late rounds, just because Rose may not be the same anymore. This may not be the same Rose that went 5 rounds with Joanna and Zhang Wei Li. Um, it just may not be that same Rose, that same Prime Thug Rose that we know and love. You know what I mean? But I still think Rose is half decent. Um, I do think if she went back down to strawweight, would she be champ again? I mean, I don't think she would beat Whaley in a trilogy. I don't think she would beat Suarez. She could beat everyone else outside those two, though. But flyweight, I really don't see Rose, doing well for herself in the division. But she's fighting a fellow former strawweight in Amanda Ribas. So I think Ribas may be the perfect opponent to make Rose look good and get her in the rankings at flyweight. But beyond that, I don't see Rose going much further. However, even though Rose lately hasn't been looking too hot and is on a 2-fight L streak, I mean, Ribas, I wouldn't really put her amongst the elites of the elites herself. I think Rose has fought at a higher level than Amanda Ribas. She's fought way better opponents. She's beaten better opponents than Ribas. And the woman who's beaten her are levels above Amanda Ribas. So based off that, as long as Rose, I don't think she's the same, but if she's not completely washed, then I think she could win. I mean, Ribas lost to Chukagian. She got destroyed by Macy Barber 1 fight ago. Don't get me wrong, Barber is a dog. Barber is a very dangerous fighter, but I mean, I don't know. Someone of Rose's level, someone of that caliber where Rose is at, beats someone like Barber. Doesn't get finished by Barber. So, yeah, I am taking Rose to win this fight. I just cannot pick against Rose Namajunas, Thug Rose. Now, if Rose Namajunas was fighting someone higher up the rankings, like if Rose was fighting like Manon again, I think I'd probably pick Manon Fiorot to win the rematch. If she were to be fighting like Aaron, I'd pick Aaron. If she was fighting Val, I'd pick Val. Natalia Silva would give her a hard fight, but because it's Amanda Ribas, who, is inconsistent and not really a top level fighter. I mean, she's a good fighter. She's just not one of the best that Rose has been in there with. I think this is a fight that Rose should be able to win. Like I said, Namajunas holds the advantage with the striking, better hand. She's faster. And if Ribas wants to grapple, I mean, I don't think it will work. I just don't see it. I mean, Ribas' best path to victory, her best chance to win this fight is she can't play it technical with Rose. She has to be as dirty, as scrappy as possible. She's got to make it a dogfight, and she's got to take it to Rose. Work the body of Namajunas and try to test that gas tank. Try to extend her late, because like I said, something tells me that Ribas is going to hold an advantage the longer the fight goes. So, yeah, if Ribas can make it dirty, scrappy, and extend Rose in the championship rounds, I think she could win. And maybe get a late sub or late TKO. But I'm going to predict that Rose Namajunas wins via finish, second round, knockout. Because Rose is just so sharp and accurate with her punches. And Ribas is kind of chinny, and she's open. She's very open to the shots that Rose Namajunas might want to set her up with. Like, Ribas is an open target. She leaves her chin in the air. She leaves her chin on a platter. And Rose Namajunas is fast, explosive, dangerous, especially in that early going. And with Rose being on this 2-fight L streak, like, there's too much at stake for Namajunas to blow this fight, to not get the job done. She has to win. She knows she has to win. And I think Rose is going to show up with a chip on her shoulder and with a point to prove that she's not entirely done. I think Rose, her mindset, I think, is back in gear. She's motivated again like she should be. So, yeah, Thug Rose for the W here. But, I mean, an Amanda Ribas upset wouldn't surprise me. I think Ribas will definitely do well. She'll definitely make it competitive. But I just think Rose is that next level. And I just don't think Ribas beats that next level. Like, Ribas would not beat Zhang Wei Li. She'd get slept by Jessica Andrade. She would probably beat Carla now, because I don't know where Carla's at post-pregnancy. But, like, Prime Esparza, I think, probably beats Ribas. So, Yeah, but those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who do you guys got winning? Rose Namajunas or Amanda Ribas? Like and subscribe, and peace out.